A man who sued the Buffalo Police Department for $1 and then had his case dismissed can now head to trial after a U.S. Court of Appeals reversed the decision of a Buffalo District Court judge.
His name is Tony Rupp, and Mr. Rupp was ticketed back in 2016 for shouting at an officer to turn on his headlights. And while he says that he didn't plan to sue, he changed his mind when the same officers were named in another arrest just months later. Here's 2 News Side's Rob Hackford.
Tony Rupp and his wife were walking out of Chef's restaurant on Seneca Street. It was December 1st, 2016, 8:30 p.m. Crossing the street, Rupp saw a car with no headlights on heading in their direction, and 2 other pedestrians.
I grabbed my wife's arm and I said, "He's got no lights on," and I quickly, pulled her, got her, both of us across the street to the curb. And I thought I was going to witness a serious accident.
The Buffalo attorney imagining the worst.
I yelled out to the driver, "Turn on your headlights," or "Turn on your lights." I didn't know it was a Buffalo cop.
According to court filings, Rupp only realized it when Officer Todd McAllister pulled into the Chef's parking lot behind him.
He rolled down the passenger side window, leaned across the console and said, "You can be arrested for that." So I counted to 10 in about 3 seconds and went over and I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "You're driving without your headlights on a city street after dark. You almost killed 2 people and you're going to yell at me because I called you out for it?"
After that, Rupp was detained and another officer, Nicholas Parisi, showed up. But instead of McAllister being ticketed for driving without his lights on, Rupp was cited for violating a city ordinance.
Instructive, and I wrote this.
A day later, Rupp filed a 5-page complaint calling for more training for the officers. He never heard back, but had no plans of suing until.
This is what democracy looks like.
3 months later, I read in the Buffalo News that these same 2 officers were involved in the arrest, which involved resisting arrest of Meech Davis, and the man ended up dead.
Officers McAllister and Parisi were cleared of any charges related to Meech Davis's death by the state attorney general's office. But Rupp wondered whether things could have gone differently.
I decided that, if I couldn't go forward with a lawsuit that called attention to the misconduct of these officers and the failure of the police department to address it, then who would?
In its ruling, the Second Circuit Court of Appeals said a Buffalo District Court judge erred in dismissing certain aspects of the civil rights case, stating that a jury should decide whether Rupp yelling out to the officer was reasonable or not, whether he was falsely arrested, and if there was malicious prosecution. The city of Buffalo doesn't comment on pending litigation, but in court documents, city lawyers say Rupp's claims are unsupported. On your side in the newsroom, Rob Hackford, Channel 2.